insomniac for sleeping all my. It's a bad soundtrack, read the script. Born in the motherland, headed straight down to the south. Tennessee mornings with pops, working 3 jobs. I knew that they struggled to get it, that's why I wanted to get it. That embedded, you get it, treat it like the law. And I'ma need commission for this hit. Last laid the canvas and I painted over it. I don't need a vision board to show you I'm betting on myself, count the chips. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin, just being honest. Try to sink my ship like Titanic and leave me with Jack. Hope I be panicking, but I rose to the top. Isn't it funny that the is built like a Maserati, yoga folding like origami? What? I walk the walk, I talk the talk, I be saying what I want. When I had no deposit, closet was looking real bare. Now I made a deposit, my closet's looking super rare. Drove it really far. Crazy how did just happen, wishing on a star. It's a celebration, I ain't talking Mardi Gras. With a little patience, you'll be eating Budokan. What you want? What you want? Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin, just being honest. Never let a manufacture stack like that. And if we getting toxic, tell the boy fall back. If it was back then, I'd be tripping off that. Took a little time just to get me on track. I went from snotty to snobby, got it like immune to everybody, this is Stunt 101. Up in the club.
The playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And some room to roam now. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field. And they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow.
That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 43 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Rodgers going to try and run.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers keeping it himself from 5 yards out.
And the Packers are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
after the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Rasul Douglas picks it.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
From the 31, Rodgers. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned,
and that's caught inside the 30.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Devondre Campbell, nice play to get in there and drop it.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Operating from the gun, Brown. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone.
Ready.
Operating from the gun. Brown forced, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Rashawn Gary in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Marr able to put this one through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
From the 6. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, 88, 26.
Now Rodgers. Throw complete there. Rodgers. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Here's Rodgers to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 13-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Prescott. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
We saw these guys have some big plays in their wild card win last week, and they're certainly going to need to continue to put up plays like we just saw there if they hope to continue to move on in these playoffs.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Prescott off play action. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Looking to throw. Prescott. He's going to try and go deep again. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Cowboys. Peyton Hendershot, 43 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculated, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
Rodgers throw there, complete to Rodgers. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Now it's Rodgers. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, I can spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line.
Inside.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he's got his big tight end here. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Hey, take 26.
They'll run here with Dillon. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
2nd down and goal. Rodgers. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Chauncey Golston. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. 3rd and goal. Now Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Amari Rodgers. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Packers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. To throw is Prescott. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Prescott now. He's going to go up top again.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes.
There he goes left side. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here, they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ferguson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. Here's Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that. Well, that would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. Buying time to his left. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big play here for Dallas. 44 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Prescott yet again. Wisely will throw that one away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jalen Tolbert, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are back within a score. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Taken in at the 3. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a first down as well. To throw is Rodgers. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for 28 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Amari Rodgers, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing, Prescott. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Young. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. Off the play fake, Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Prescott on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown.
Tyron Johnson.
49 yards.
And the Cowboys are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this.
He's got a man complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And he gets it down to the 32.
56 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. That'll put it north of 100 yards receiving now in this divisional round game. It's a 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Hey, 626.
Here's Rodgers.
Now swing pass for Dillon.
And it's a Packers touchdown.
A.J. Dillon
from 13 yards out.
And the Packers are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Throwing on first down. Brown. Dancing to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Being chased out left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Under pressure, they got him again. Preston Smith, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Scott to return it. Now a hit and a loose football. And now off to the races down the right side. And hold everything here. This one is not over yet. They return it for the touchdown.
They continue to fight, don't they?
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Packers 38, Cowboys 31.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers. Anyone who's going to lay down a block, don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They give to Dillon out of the gun. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. It's a gain of 3 there, and that should be just about all she wrote.
Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
Now, hold on a second. Why would they decline that?
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get 5 yards. Minimum.
You're in the positive in the yardage, and you get to rerun the down you just had.
I like that. I like that little extra on top of the whole thing. This makes 0 sense.
The Packers are moving on as we say.